people are really gonna watch this,
They ain't got nothing else to do.
right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS Radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she wants us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. And as you can see, the seat next to me is empty. It's supposed to have SoFab Kim in it, but as y'all know, she travels for work. What she does, nobody knows. So with that being said, I got to do the ones, the twos, the sounds effects, and all that stuff. So if there's a lot of mess ups, don't hit me up. So if there's a lot of moments where it's like, what is going on? Like that one, just laughter and just me messing up. Just bear with me because I got to try to do the stories and I got to try to do the birthdays and I got to try to do the graphics and make sure everything is on point all at the same time because SoFab Kim is so missing again, but that's cool. So let me get the music started because I know she'll be upset if she don't hear her background music. So here we go. So how was everybody's day today? Not gonna lie, today is todaying. But that's only because it's the end of the school year. So for a lot of these young kids that I work with and, in my classroom, and everybody is just tired of everybody. Today was probably one of the most Wednesdays I have ever had. It was kind of crazy. Just with, kids and their stories and teachers being frustrated and traffic on the way here. It was just, I don't know about y'all. It was just a lot. So in the comments section, just tell me how you feel. I'm still feeling good, feeling great because TDS Radio is a great way to end the day. And also, it's always great when this seat will be filled with our wonderful healing consultant. She's on her way here. When she gets here, she'll be filling that seat. We're going to be talking about some of the things that can help us get through these Wednesdays, right? They are absolutely terrible, but we're almost there. So first thing that we got up is going to be these birthdays as usual. Once again, if you can, just put feel good, feel great for me in the chat. And if you're not feeling good and you're not feeling great, then tell us what's going on. Let's talk about it. Today would be the day to do it because we have the healing consultant. We have her here. So make sure, you definitely put in any type of comments, questions that you may have, because we all know she has her own CBD line. And so with her CBD line, from topicals that you put on your skin to things that you ingest, such as Delta 8 and just her CBD wakey tea and all that good stuff, we can get you right. We can make sure you get right and you ain't got to worry about, am I going to pass a drug test? No, this is not that type of thing. She's not going to get you high. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the ability to be able to sustain and maintain a level of calmness using just the hemp plant. None of that THC stuff. So that's a plug for her. She'll be back. She'll be here a little bit later. But like I said, let's get to these birthdays. And for those who may have a birthday, put that in the chat as well. Go ahead and let us know if there's somebody who has a birthday today and we need to get to them. And I'm going to start with mine. So I have, hold on, Nico Kroom, one of my former players. Wow, it's crazy to see some of y'all ages. Isaiah Jones, another one of my former players, 27 years old. Mike Sinclair celebrating a happy 56. And if you're in Raleigh and you see all the dope graffiti that goes up, well, the man's name is Sean, but the woman beside the man who has all the dopeness that's going on, it's her birthday. Anne Marie, happy birthday. Then we also have Coach Dominique Pounds, and then my main man, Coach Kedrick Starkey. So all of you guys, super duper happy birthday. And as you can see, I'm willing and dealing on my own. So I got to be able to do this and this at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, and boom.
Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Well, it looks good. It looks good. It looks fine. It looks fine. We hope you have a good time. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Yeah.
And as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from the Sibs. And it's only one Sib today, so from the Sib, but you know, Kim is in good faith and in good heart. So I don't always do as well with entertainment news, but I think I picked a couple stories that is pretty good. Kim that's her thing, that's her lane, but you know, I'm gonna try it out today. So tell me what you think about how I'm about to do with entertainment news. So Fab Kim segment, entertainment news is up next. So this is the entertainment news. I usually say entertainment news with So Fab Kim, but this is going to be the entertainment news with your man, Coach Block. So first up, I'm not going to start with a little drama. I'm going to start with something that's going to make us a little bit happy. And the first person I want to talk about is your friend, my friend, Marty Marr. Y'all remember Marty Marr? Y'all know y'all love my man, Marty Marr. Well, Marty Marr had a surprise for us today. He dropped the fact that Marty Marr is going on tour 2024 and 2025. I think that is super dope for us that have seen Marty Marr at the prime and seen Marty Marr, you know, come through the stuff with, you know, the ending of Martin, which is a show that we all still love. We all still watch. Nothing is better than the scene that they imitated New Jack City. Everybody laughs at that. So for us to get a chance to see Marty Marr now and talk about what he's been experiencing since this last comedy special, which was called Run and Tell That, I think this is going to be a dope opportunity for him to reconnect with a fan base that is just, you know, we love Marr. No, I don't know anybody who can say they don't love Marty Marr. I'm interested to see how his comedy is, to see if it's even relevant. I think it is. I think he has a lot to say. So we'll see. Some of the tour dates he's going to be rocking. So he starts in July and he ends in April. So Martin's going to be rolling. For my people in Pittsburgh, Marty Marr is coming to the PPG Arena. And then I'm looking to see, and then he's coming right here to good old Raleigh, North Carolina, the PNC Arena. So I will make sure that I am attending Marty Marr coming back to the stage. I think that's super dope. So let's give Mr. Marty Marr a round of applause for coming back. I don't even know if we have a round of applause. We got it somewhere. Let's give Marty Marr a round of applause for coming back. That's a good day. Marty Marr, let's get some laughters in. So for some not good laughs and for some issues and some problems that, you know, we always tend to see in our community is people beefing over things that they should not be beefing about. And that is my man, Shaquille O'Neal, one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball, the most dominant big man ever, had his ex-missus go to social media with the wildest. So Miss Shawnee went to the social media and actually said something crazy. Here's what she said. I didn't know if I actually loved him. I was trying to she was trying to make a marriage with somebody and the idea of somebody of the power of that man. Hold on, I'm gonna get the exact quote. Here it is. Looking back, I don't know that I was ever really in love with that man, but I was in love with the idea of being married to the man I had a family with. She gets the sad trombone. Once again, Shawnee, I'm in love with a man let's read it again. I don't know that I was ever really in love with the man, but I was in love with the idea of being married to the man I had a family with, she wrote. I truly did enjoy spending time with him. NBA road trips allowed me to be with my husband and experience the NBA life for a little while. He was trying to be a world famous 30-something-year-old multimillionaire with thousands of women throwing themselves at him and people in general begging just to be in his presence while being a husband, a father simultaneously, she reported. And then she finished this with, how can anyone possibly know how to do that? That's why you get the sad trombone. Because you knew what type of guy you had. You knew the profile. So we're not excusing Shaq for his behavior, right? Shaq cheated. Shaq has admitted to cheating. Shaq has now come on and said he has done these things wrong and he wasn't the best guy. So now we're going to take it and we're going to kick you a little bit more. You based a whole series of struggle and drama off of this, Basketball Wives, where all these people come to complain about the guys that they're spending money from. Sad trombone. I don't understand this. Like, so to me at this point in time, what is the purpose of doing this now? Let's not do that. So in grand fashion, the Diesel responded in only the way that the Diesel could. The Diesel just flat out hit her with, I get that. I understand. She's right. Just take the sword from underneath this whole story. Nobody wants to hear this drama. Don't start it up. Shawnee, what you need to go do is worry about your husband telling people that they can't praise and worship inside of church and shushing people like they're dogs. That's what you need to go do. So Shawnee, kick rocks for your comment, and Shaq, big ups. Keep making the dough, bro. Shawnee, that's you today. You get the sad trombone. And we need to stop the laughter. Sad trombone. Okay. And then now the laughter stopped. Okay. So another clown, another person that we should be laughing at because he is just super duper ridiculous, is the number one panderer of our culture who's out here right now besides Drake. And that is DJ Vlad, or whatever his name is. Vlad is terrible. And I am glad that we are taking the time to drag this man across whatever we need to drag him on, because he, sir and ma'am, is terrible for what he did on the social platform. So for those that do not know, let me give you a quick background on this. During the Kendrick Lamar and the K-Dot beef, there was a young lady who added some commentary to one of his posts on one of the songs, which was called Not Like Us. This lady goes into explaining that this was about Black culture. And Vlad then goes and makes a comment to her in reference to it not necessarily being about Black culture, and you can't keep him from speaking about it, and how would your job feel about this, and kind of slightly trolled this lady, and then she trolled back. So they went back and forth. So he says, she trolled me and I trolled back, and at the end of the day, it created an interesting discussion about race relation in America. I will be discussing it further and further in interviews. Now, here's where we have some problems. Vlad, at the end of the day, you didn't have to tag her job. This was social media. What were you tagging her job? What was the purpose? You turned into exactly what people think when we discuss issues about race. You turned into the person who all of a sudden became the victim. And now your job was to try, or your attempt was to try to get her fired for what it was that she does at Princeton University, which was crazy to me. Her job, in her opinion, had nothing to do with what was going on with what you commented about or this K-Dot beef. But you made the racial relation that you flipped it and tried to make her comments specifically geared to the culture about race, and then tagged Princeton and said, would this be what Princeton wanted to exemplify when it came to race relations? That was a troll and you baited her, man. So now you're out here having to apologize because it didn't fly the way you thought it was going to fly. So now you're playing the victim. And let's see, do we have that quote from them? Yeah, he had went back and found out where this woman worked, messed with her all day about that. And then since Monday, he says this. Since Monday, let me be clear and let me clear the air and state that I never had any intentions of filing a complaint to Princeton for former Professor Morgan Jenkins, saying that white people aren't allowed to comment on Kendrick's music. She trolled me, I trolled back. She didn't specifically say that white people couldn't comment on this. She told him he couldn't comment on it. And the reason why he couldn't comment on it, because he's the ultimate troll. So if anybody knows anything about Vlad and how he does his interviews and all that, he's basically a fed, and we keep going for it. I wish we would stop entertaining his line of media, and I wish we would stop giving him the interviews that other social media platforms can't get, because all he does is pander us and actually show the worst of our interviews. I am more apt to give Club Shay Shay, and y'all know how I feel about Club Shay Shay. I'm more apt to give Club Shay Shay my attention than Vlad. I do not like Vlad. That is just flat out. I don't like Vlad at all, because I don't like the imagery that he portrays and pushes amongst things inside the African American community. The interviews that he does are to sell, and they are clickbait. And he's making a huge profit off of it. But two things are for sure. A lot of people don't even know who Vlad is. And two, Vlad is also part of a religious-based community that he pulls out at any given time. If you don't believe me, go look at his comments about the Minister Louis Farrakhan, and how, once he got caught in a situation where he was race baiting, next thing you know, it was flipped, and now he turned into the victim. Do not like them. Hope we stay away from for now and forevermore. Amen. All right, Sibs, co-Sibs, or step Sibs. And we got one more story before we get into what we did not get into yesterday, which is that messy, oh so messy letter. And the reason why this is the last one, because this came from, to me, one of the pioneers of the hip hop game. And I personally think he has an opinion that people should pay attention to. That's my man and your man, Questlove. So Questlove had a few choice words. Let me get my man Quest picture up here, man. So my man Questlove, they asked Quest, who did he believe won the beef? And for me, I thought that was pretty interesting to ask Questlove, like, who does he think won the beef or not? Like, because he's a real rapper, or not a real rapper, but he's a part of a real rap group. Like, Questlove is that guy. And so being around people that he's been around, does this beef even equate to anything of any importance? Because everybody's like, oh, it brought hip hop back. Questlove begged to differ. Questlove said that this did not bring hip hop back. So what was Questlove's opinion? Questlove says, nobody won this. This wasn't about skills. This was a wrestling match, level mudslinging, this takedowns, and by any means necessary. Wives, women, and children, anybody be damned. Some audiences wanted blood. The same audience wanted blood will soon put up RIP posts when they aren't a part of the problem. Hip hop is truly dead. So I myself agreed. I personally feel like the drama between Kendrick and Drake was terrible. I don't think it brought hip hop back. It did take the attention away from things for a while, but there's nothing there that made hip hop thrive again. This was not that. And for the very reasons that he said, it wasn't about man-to-man combat and lyrical bars. It had gotten personal to where now we're talking about Kendrick beating his wife, and we don't have proof. Children, we don't have proof. Drugs and pedophile stuff, which we do have proof from. This is why I got a problem. We got truths with that, Drake. We there's videos about doing the stuff that you do, but so all those things are out there. And it's hard to come back from. Now, what ended up happening as a result of this beef, if Drake and those guys are telling the truth, his bodyguard got shot in his shop, in Paris got destroyed, vandalized. So now, with that being said, was it really worth it? Like, so now here we go. I have always felt, and I will always continue to feel, it's never the artist, right? It's those people who follow the artist. Beyonce has never ever addressed people directly about like what she feels like as the queen should and should not go. It's the Beehive. It's never ever ever. Well, yeah, it kind of is Nicki at times, but those barbs are vicious. So with that being said, you guys are taking Compton, where he's from, and West Coast people who support him, and looking at Drizzy like you're a clown. It's not K Dot and Drake can go back and forth on tracks, streaming tracks forever. I was about to say on wax, but they don't really do that too much. But on streaming tracks forever. But we got to talk about the fans who go crazy and take this to heart. And there's people who can't differentiate the art from reality. So then now they just in it, and now somebody ended up shot. I don't know specifically if that's true. I don't have the resources, but the news outlets are saying that is true. So I don't know. So I will give him the donkey of the day for that one in a Charlemagne style. Like Drake and K Dot, you know, it was cool and it's cool, but Drake, you don't do it for me. So with that being said, we do have our guest here, which is great. And what we're going to do is bring her in, and then we have the messy letter, and then we got some conversation with the healing consultant, because we might need to heal from everything that was going on this weekend with that nonsense that's carried over to this week with Drake and K Dot and people getting shot. So give me a minute. We'll be right back. This is TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Unmute. Oh no. Okay, there we go. It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and definitely one half because the other Sib is out, but that's okay. It's me. We're running it, and as you can see, the seats have filled up. So we have the healing consultant.
That's right, Barna Spencer.
There we go, and we have her son is joining us today.
Hi, everybody.
Bring the mic a little closer to you.
Hi, everybody.
There we go. Don't be afraid of the mic. We in it now. Okay, so we didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, so today we're going to do the message letter with y'all.
Okay, all right.
Before we get into healing, well, maybe we'll make this a part of healing. Who knows? This could be a part of healing. So let's see how that goes. Okay.
I don't know, it depends on what the letter is, but okay.
So I got one that has punctuation. So not a lot, but we're gonna make it do what it do. Kim is so much better than this. I think she preps, and I just get the letter and go. So. Y'all ready?
Yeah, ready.
Here we go. Let's talk about it. Here we are. It's time for the messy letter. Here we go. And we're off. Me and my ex have been split up for almost 2 years. Remaining friends, she has been seeing other guys, but I remained single in hopes of rekindling our relationship. I recently decided to start dating again, but giving up on getting back together with her.
Okay.
But while out on a date, me and my ex got into a heated argument because I ignored her call, causing friction between me and my new friend, who I was really into, by the way. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, my new friend stopped calling me, and while in the process of trying to fix things, me and my ex had sex. Now, I don't think sex would change things between us, considering I had been trying to get back with her for 2 years with no signs of mutual feelings. So I continued pursuing my new love interest. When I told my ex that I was still interested in dating this girl, she called her and told her that we had sex. And now my new friend is out of the picture, but I'm back in square one with being alone while she dates other men. Confused because I still want my ex, but I miss my friend. What do I do?
You want to go ahead, Mom?
So,
this is amazing. Your first reaction is the absurdity.
Yes.
Of the back and forth.
Absolutely.
But I'm not clear as to what his problem is because, his ex is doing what she wants to do. He lost his other friend.
Yeah, a new companion.
Because of his ex.
Because she made a phone call. Which how did she get the number?
Well, because he didn't. I mean, she had it from before.
But he got the number. She got the number to his current friend.
Oh, but see, we don't know if she knows the current friend.
Yeah, because that's
we don't
messy.
know if
that's messy all along.
Yeah, we don't know the dynamics of that.
She called her and told her we had sex.
Yeah. Well, so maybe they know each other.
They must.
They've made travel in the same friend circle.
Yeah. They somehow, some way, this man, she got this woman's number and then told on this man, which is crazy. Because if you're not interested in him, what was the purpose of that? Just to keep him single?
Yeah, because obviously she could, he's her, the spare.
Okay.
Always, a lot of women. You've always got that. You've always got that. You got the guy in the box break glass when in an emergency.
When in an emergency, call this guy.
Yeah, you break the glass, and you go on and do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And then you go on about your business.
Okay.
He was probably the guy that was in the box that you break the glass only on emergencies.
So then you were that guy. You didn't understand the role. He didn't understand his place.
Because she seems to be fine.
Because she's back dating again.
Well, yeah, because he's the guy that like I said,
you serve with a side piece.
Yeah, that's in the box. And you break on emergency.
Because she knows how you feel. She ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah.
But then did she have to hate on what he had going on? No, that was terrible. Like you could do that without hating.
Well, but don't don't men do that all the time?
Of course, we try to
I
keep
mean,
you on the
so,
rope.
yeah.
Got to keep you on the rope.
you gotta have them dangling there.
Got to keep you on the
So,
rope.
yeah,
That I call that the forearm distance.
That's
You're close
right.
enough, but far enough
that's
away.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
She ain't doing nothing different. I mean,
She's playing her game.
yes.
Because I see like I said, I see it like you. The other lady that
Yes.
he's truly interested simply has you close enough to where I can make a phone call if I need to make a phone call.
Mhm.
And then, I'm making sure he's clear and ready for whenever I need him. So then I need to tell you what's up.
Yeah,
So then if you don't know what's going on between me and him, you better get with the program.
that's right. Because I can't have you too close. You can't be messing that up for me. I can't. No,
Can't be too close.
You can't be too close.
Okay,
now.
okay.
I mean,
Can't be too close. I get it.
Because he's obviously told the ex that he's dating whoever this young lady is.
Right,
He's obviously told.
right.
So,
Absolutely.
She can't have you
Messing
get-
up.
No,
thing. Yeah,
no,
that's the
I can't
thing.
have. I can't have you getting too close to her now.
So
Because
then,
then when I call, you ain't gonna answer.
yeah, because now you in love with somebody else.
I got a problem with that.
Right,
I
right.
got a problem.
I got a problem with
that.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a problem with that.
So she's just basically playing the game,
Of course.
and he's caught in the middle.
I mean, no, I don't think he knows his role in the game. I think that's the problem.
He got to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, she's
Quickly.
teaching him.
Yes.
I mean, she's teaching him the
Quickly.
role. She's
Quickly.
she's giving him the role. Now, what he chooses to do with it, don't
Okay.
get me wrong. Poor fella. Sounds like he
Yeah.
actually does care for
He
his
likes
ex.
her. Yeah, he likes her.
He cares for his ex and he cares for
The new girl.
Yeah, the new girl.
Because he said he tried to pursue the ex for 2 years after they
Yeah,
broke up.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
So he's still got feelings.
And now here's the other part.
Okay.
They got into an argument while he was out.
Yeah.
Like, this guy seems a little bit gullible and slightly naive. Because why am I arguing with you and I'm out with the person that I'm now interested in?
Because for the last 2 years, you've been trying to get back with her.
Yeah.
She knows that.
Yeah.
Because she has been the recipient of this.
Bruh, I need you to do a
Attention.
little better. You got to do better in what the situation here is. You got to know how to play this game. You have an opinion, X?
From a young point standpoint, I think
No, you did not say because we ain't said no ages here.
That we
No,
sure
no,
didn't.
I'm speaking from a young point of view.
All
I
right.
think that the young lady needed a fix, and she knew, like you said, she knew where to go to. That's for sure.
Uh-huh.
And for the young man, I think he clearly isn't over his ex at all.
No.
He's not. And the thing about it is that I think he should take some time to reflect on himself before jumping into somebody new, because at the end of the day, you're messing up, you're damaging somebody else.
Mhm.
You're telling somebody that, hey, look, I want to be with you, but at the same time I got feelings for my ex that I pursued for 2 years. Well, 2 years is a very long time, and for him, he's losing. At the end of the day, you're losing not only a good friend or a potential mate that you may like, but you're sacrificing yourself. Those are the two things that you're leaving behind, is yourself and the person that you really obviously care about with this new friend. So at the end of the day,
But
like
does he care about her that much?
Well,
Because
that's the thing.
it
That is
appears
true.
that this lady is in his system.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
And
like,
that's where it hurts the most. Because
Well,
if she can make a phone call and
know-
you now arguing and I'm out with somebody
Yeah.
new,
we don't
she's-
know how long they've been together, this ex and him. Obviously they've been together for quite a few.
well,
They split
they've
up
been
2 years
separated
ago, though.
2 years,
So
and
they-
he's been pursuing for 2 years.
Mhm.
Well,
So he said
that's-
I recently started dating. So
Oh,
this just
okay.
started with him dating new people.
Yeah.
So but then you've had a 2-year layoff from this woman. Like nothing happened within those 2 years because it said this is recent. All these happenings are recent once he found someone.
Mhm.
So on the
Mm.
flip side of things, I completely understand what you say. Men do that all the time. Oh, she
Yeah.
got somebody new.
Oh,
Oh, let me
let
me make a phone
Let me
call.
make a couple of phone calls. Because you done forgot.
man. Wait, hold on now. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be over there
That's right.
waiting for me.
You
Well,
forgot your
you
plan.
can't- well,
You got let me help you recognize what your role is. in
Let me
this.
show you who runs this.
Yeah.
Because literally she did. She started an
Yeah.
argument on a date.
Mhm.
Then when I guess he fixed that, she then called. Like, so He
Well,
went out.
She knew his hand. I think she
Yeah.
knew his hand. She knew.
She called.
Well,
Yeah, she knew what she was
well,
gonna
she
do.
knew she was going on a date.
Yeah. So then we got to stop that.
I've got to spank you. You don't know what's going on
So I said,
here.
you can't leave me.
I've got to tap you and get you
And that's
back in
terrible.
place.
That is
hor-
terrible.
yeah,
So
that's horrible.
we got new people who stepped in. So I'll read this one more time so that you guys
That's-
know
that's
exactly
horrible.
what we're talking
That's
about.
very horrible.
So this is what it is, because I want you guys to have some content. So the content with it is me and my ex have split up
Mhm.
for almost 2 years, remaining friends. She has been seeing other guys, but I have remained single in hopes to rekindle our relationship. I recently decided to start dating again, giving up on getting back together with her. But while I was out on a date, me and my ex got into a heated argument because I ignored her call, causing friction between me and my new friend, who I was really into, by the way. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, my new friend stopped calling me while in the process of trying to fix things. Me and my ex had sex. Now, I didn't think sex would change things between us, considering I've been trying to get back with her for 2 years with no signs
Oh, it
of
was gonna
mutual
change.
feelings.
It was gonna change.
So I continue pursuing my new love interest. When I told my ex I was still interested in dating this girl, she then called her and told her we had sex. And now my new friend is out the picture, but I'm back at square one, being alone while she dates other men, confused because I still want my ex, but I miss her too. I miss my new friend. What do I do? So for those who just jumped in,
Yes.
that is a classic case of ruining somebody's stuff to show somebody who really run this.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's the reverse role. That's what that is.
She showed that she runs this,
Mhm.
and I mean,
Yeah.
that's what, like, you know, that in a harsh way, that's pimping. That was pimping. Pimping 101.
yeah.
That is, yeah. That is.
I mean,
I
that's
can't argue that.
because
Yeah.
she meant to do that.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, she was like, "Wait a minute, hold up,
Everything was intentional.
you done forgot."
Yeah, let me show you who I
Yeah,
am. And then
uh-huh.
she gave him something that
Uh-huh.
you remember, right?
Yeah,
Then pat him on his butt and I
that's
go home.
right. Like you forget. That's all right, baby. Let's do some remedial
Yeah,
training.
let me
here.
remind you. What,
Uh-huh. That's what that is.
and then sent
Let's
them
do-
home.
Yeah, let's do some remedial training, babe. Because you didn't forget. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll remind you.
Yeah. Let me hit this for you.
And,
So
and
you
then-
know.
and now you know what's up.
Now you know.
And
Yeah.
now you talking about I still miss her. You
Mhm.
was just
I'm sure he
you
does.
just got her out your system enough to go dating, and now you're right back talking about I'm back at
Square
square
one.
one.
Yeah.
Because she like, oh
Man,
I
she
must
have
forgot who I was.
She
Yeah.
got, she
You must
got
forgot
you
who I
hooked.
was.
The only thing
Got
she
to
didn't do was just
go
leave some
in.
money for him.
Pretty much
I
on the
mean,
dresser
yeah.
time.
At that point, yeah.
The only thing she didn't do.
She
Got
played
you going in circles, bruh.
She played
Yeah.
you. She played you.
So then, okay. So then let's go
should
ahead
do
and
it.
answer the question. He's
Uh-huh.
asking, what should he do?
Block.
Block her?
What she, no, I think what he needs to do is educate himself.
Mhm.
He needs to understand his role.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, really, and then understand if you want to play that role.
Auntie V's in the building.
I'm just saying, you know, Everybody got a role.
Everybody has a role.
Everybody has a role.
I agree.
She's taught you what yours is.
Yes. And
Yeah.
don't you come out of that.
Yeah. Now it's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she's enlightened him.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
she's done.
Yeah.
She has enlightened him.
I agree with you.
So what should he do? He should feel that he is now educated,
and learn
and
your role.
now he knows his role.
And
now,
So learn from
You
that.
either play or not.
yeah,
It's the game.
It's a choice
Mm-hmm.
because he has a choice.
Yeah, it's the game.
It's the game.
And I feel like you. So once she noticed that you had something going on, that should trigger you to say, so she really low key still interested, but then I just need to do what I do, and I don't need to be as open about what I do with her.
But is she really?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
Is she really?
She might be toying with him.
Well, she
Spending them on the
she's
finger,
dating,
just-
right? She's dating.
She's dating other people.
She's
Or
dating
that's what
other
he
people.
said. She's
Yeah.
dating other people.
That's what he
Yes.
said. He
Yeah.
said she's dating other people.
And he's back being by himself.
Yeah. So, I mean, is she really? Because I said I
Played
told
yourself,
you.
bruh. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We have comments. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right.
I told you. Women can have women. What? I said, women can have dick in the box too.
They sure can.
I mean,
Yeah.
And they do.
And
you know,
they do.
hit,
And
you
they
know,
do.
break on upon emergency.
We would say this was
Yeah, they do.
that was narcissistic on her part and weak-willed on his. Okay.
Well,
I can see
know.
that.
He's not going anywhere. He's waiting on her next call. I agree.
That's
true.
That's true.
And then I respect that it's not easy to break away, but he has to he has to stay strong in this resolve. Yeah, I mean, but
But
can he
he's
stay
he's
strong?
proven he's weak.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
she now knows that she can play the game. That's the
Yeah,
thing. She
he's-
knows
yeah.
how she can move with him, which
Mhm.
I gotta admit, we do that all the time. Guys
Yeah.
do that all the time. The difference here is this brother is actually vulnerable enough to share the emotional side of this,
Yeah.
but men do this all the time. Soon as we see that woman get happy somewhere else,
Mhm.
that phone, do, 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 do. And then
Mhm.
now she's got a tough decision to make.
Yeah.
Because she knows what she want to do
Mhm.
and she knows what she got. And the next thing you know, well, let me go back over here.
Yeah, because I mean, I think she's toying with his emotions.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
bless his heart, because he's probably worse off now than he was before.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
emotionally.
Way
Yeah.
worse.
I mean, he probably is. So,
because we revisited. So she literally
Mhm.
gave him what
Yeah.
he wanted within that 2 years,
Yeah.
only to now remove herself again. Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Hey, she just
She
took that
tore
thing,
that,
ripped
yeah.
it out, and threw it on the ground.
and reminded him what he was missing,
How
you
terrible.
know, and walked
That
away.
is so terrible.
I mean, it's the truth.
That is so terrible.
She reminded him because
Put
she
him-
had to. 'Cause
Put
she,
him to sleep.
she had to
Oh,
Like I said,
man.
because that's the game she's playing.
Yeah, it is.
I say it says more. I said it reflects her more than it does him, because you know at the end of the day, we knew what she was going to do. You know what she's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's on you to how you want to respond to that, because now he knows, like, okay, I know what she's going to do now, so now it's my choice now.
Mhm.
Do I want to still, like you said, Mom, do I still want to be a part of this, or do I
Mhm.
want to just leave this alone?
Yeah.
Because now you know. Now
Well,
you
because
know
that
her
is
MO.
his decision.
Yeah, that's
it's,
his-
his,
It's your
on
MO
him.
now.
But from what she did, he's going to stay around. I'm just like the Lena Harris when Lena
Uh-huh.
said he'll be waiting for the next call. Because here's the other part. Technically,
Mhm.
dating is single.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not in a relationship. So all she did was just damage your stuff, but she
Yeah.
still got her little thing going on because she's not in a committed relationship.
No,
So she can pick
no.
up the phone again. It's not no problem because
What-
I'm
what do you
dating.
think- what do you think? I want to know his mindset. Was it just more sex related? Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you got
Well, you know his mindset. His mindset is he's hooked on his ex.
Yeah, he loves her. Like
What
he
if-
loves her.
He
It ain't
loves
just
her.
sex. He loves
Mhm.
her.
He loves her.
Because you pursue a person for 2 years after
Mhm.
you broke up.
But then,
Yeah.
but the thing about it is that you left, right?
Mhm.
You started getting that little bit of confidence to step out and be like, you know what? Let me try something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because you knew that your ex wasn't, she was like
Mhm.
clearly like, no.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you started to dip your finger into like a different aspect of dating or whatever, or trying to meet somebody new, that's when your ex comes back.
Mhm.
So my thing about it is that I don't know. I know it didn't say it in the messy letter, but like, how does she know that you were dipping your finger back into the dating?
Because he
world?
told her.
I was gonna say, yeah, he told her
Because he
that.
told her.
He told her that.
Okay, because I was like,
They're friends.
Yeah.
They
So
broke-
he
yeah.
he said, I met this lady one, she's pretty cool, and all she did was go,
No.
well,
Uh-huh.
see, maybe
You
you just-
can't be-
you
no.
can't be friends. You can't
This-
be friends.
No, you can't.
Not in
You
this
can't.
situation.
Yeah,
not in
he's
this
too,
situation, yeah,
he's
you
too
can't be friends.
emotionally invested,
Well, yeah.
and she's not.
And yes.
So
Well,
then now she just
Like I
can
said,
pull him,
You
push
see,
and pull.
you see the real her now. You see what she did to you. So like,
Yeah.
like my
Yeah.
mom said, it's up to you. Do you still want to be the fool and still play this game, or do you want to be somebody different, or go hang out with your friend that you so? That
well, he
obviously
can't.
like.
He says that he can't go back to his friend either because
Oh.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
over.
Yeah.
He already
The
said
lady
that's
that he's
done.
dating, yeah, it's done.
So that's why
Oh.
he said he's back at square one because
Mhm.
now
Okay.
he's alone while
Mhm.
she dates other men.
In
Yeah.
that case,
Because
yeah,
she's going back to her life.
She just
Well-
made sure you weren't doing
That's
anything.
right.
Well, like you said, mom, lesson learned.
Yeah.
That's a lesson learned right there.
Yeah.
That was cold blooded.
It
Oh, it
was.
was. No, she knew what she was doing.
She
Yeah.
she
But
cut
she
to the
was
white
crafty.
meat.
She was crafty.
Yeah.
Like for
Absolutely.
me, looking at this letter, there's two sides of me. There's one side that feels for the brother, like,
Yes.
man, we need you to do better, bruh. But then the
Yeah.
other side, I'm looking at her like that was
Cold blooded.
if we're playing chess,
She played.
that was a great move.
Yeah. She Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, she got you
It's a
good.
great move.
It's a great move.
Because now she keeps him back. Now he's back on the shelf in
Yeah.
that do not break
Yeah.
in case of emergency.
Yeah.
Now he's confused.
in the glass. He's in the glass box.
Yeah, and I miss my friend. Like now, when he says that, she got all the control.
He elf
Yeah.
on the shelf.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what he is, right?
You're right. Mom's right.
Absolutely.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Oh,
And that's
So
messed
his-
up. Yeah,
yeah.
that's messed up.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well,
I mean,
okay.
oh, Tank Tank. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Poor little
pretty
Tink
much
Tink.
where we're at with him. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Poor
sorry.
little
Aw.
Tink Tink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tink Tink.
Tell him he needs to go to thehealingconsultant.com
That was going to
and
be
get
the
him
next lane that we
him
go.
get him some drops. he
Yeah.
probably he needs some gummies.
He does.
He needs to chill out.
We
Bless
got to
his
get you
little
back to
heart.
chilling and get you to a
Yes.
clear state of mind. Because at
Yeah.
this point in time,
Too
at
foggy.
the point of this time, you got to now know who you are.
I
Yeah.
know.
Because you can flip the script. If we're gonna be those type of friends, then we're gonna be those type of friends. But he can't get jealous about what she's doing. Like
No.
they could, if they want to have a little time, and because they're still technically single.
Well, do you, man? If you want to be a part of that, just do you. Then do the same thing she does. That's the
But
thing.
his emotions won't.
That's
Let, he
it,
gotta
that's
check
it.
his
It's your emotions. You got to take out your emotions
Yeah,
out
you
of that.
can't.
But you so you can't
Yeah.
because relationships are not stagnant.
Mhm.
They don't stay that way.
Somebody's gonna
One-
mess it up.
Someone's gonna catch
Somebody's
feelings.
some. Yes,
Yeah, someone
somebody's
catch
going
feelings.
to, because you cannot operate in a vacuum.
Nah.
Relationships don't work that way,
Mm-mm.
and so one of you is going to catch some feelings.
Mhm.
That's why it's psychologically they tell you, if you're going to play that game,
Mhm.
then understand that there's an expiration on that,
Mhm.
because somebody's
Mhm.
going to want the relationship to evolve.
Yep.
Mm.
Somebody's going to inevitably.
I'm glad we might have to play this back or maybe have her join in and have this same conversation with our sex educator, because she is avid on it's not that what we're saying is not true. Because I've argued with her time and time again.
Yeah.
You can want something and you can have your mind set on exactly what it is you want, but you can't control the other person. Something is going to change.
Something is.
And now we got to decide, once it changes, how we move with the change.
Mhm.
And if one person stays the same and the other person is continuing to change, that relationship ain't gonna work.
It's
No,
not going to.
It cannot work.
Yes, it can. It won't.
It cannot. It
It
cannot
won't.
work.
I know. I've had this discussion with her too.
So now I'm about to get. We about to go in on Friday, because
Yes.
when she come in on Friday, I'm gonna be like, I told you, like, because me and her go back and forth. That's how I feel about relationships. When people say, "Oh, I've outgrown that person," well, no, what happened is that person stayed stagnant.
Yes.
You either grow with someone or you don't.
Yes.
There's no gray to figure out in there. It's either,
No.
okay, I noticed that this person is changing. Now, how do I adapt to the change?
Mhm.
Some people just be like, I can't. And then now, if you can't do that, then once again, the relationship is going to be different, because
Yes.
that person who has changed is no longer the same.
That's a divorce.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
that's what that is.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't mean that either one of you are bad people.
Yeah.
It just means that you've grown in different directions.
Mhm.
One of you is stagnant and one of you's grown. And,
Right.
I mean, it's just that simple.
And in this situation, he's stuck
He's stuck.
because
Yeah,
he still
it's clear
wants
as day,
something
yeah.
that is 2 years old.
Yeah.
Like that, he's saying it like, oh, we broke up 2 years ago. He's still chasing at that mark that they broke up at 2 years. He's still chasing that. Whereas now the terms and conditions have
Yeah.
changed,
Yes.
and he's not changing with them.
No.
So then now the best thing for you to do is leave. You got to step out of that game, because you can't
Yeah.
handle what the emotions are behind.
He can't.
You can't handle that.
He can't. And he needs to divorce himself from his ex.
Yeah.
I mean, truly,
Mhm.
because I bet you money
Mhm.
that he didn't want to break up,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
that she
Oh,
was the
yeah.
one
Yeah.
that was doing a breakup.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She was doing the it's not me, it's you. I mean, it's not you, it's me.
It's me.
It's
I just,
me.
I need space.
Yeah. I need
Only to start dating somebody else within that 2 years
Yeah.
and kick rocks. Okay, so
Odds are.
my advice is, brother, you got to separate, clean separation, and then
Okay.
start
Yes.
working on you. It's not going to be
Okay, yes.
easy, but you're going to have to resist picking up that phone.
Yes.
You got to resist that.
And he's gonna have to start cutting her out of his life. more
Yeah,
so,
that friend
because
thing is dead.
Yeah, she obviously has access to everything.
Everything.
He's obviously
Everything.
telling.
You getting
He's singing
phone
like
numbers
a
up?
canary.
No, that phone number, people
Yeah.
calling.
You arguing on your dates?
You
and stuff
on the
like that?
date
Yeah.
arguing? How crazy is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, because they're friends.
Right. What am I arguing with a friend for on a
Yes,
date?
Right.
What am I doing?
On the date, not after.
Yeah.
He said on,
On
the
that
date.
date.
Because you didn't answer the phone. Boy, she
Yeah.
got you locked.
Yes.
Wrapped
That
around your
number
fingers.
one, you shouldn't be picking up the phone.
Yeah, the
and
phone-
talking to her.
Down in the car,
Yeah.
anywhere else, but not be like, oh, excuse me, I got to take
Yeah,
this
hold
call.
on,
Like,
hold on.
what are you doing?
No.
What
No.
are you doing?
No.
Cool.
But she got it that way.
She got it that way. So what we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about some healing, which he
Yes.
needs.
He does.
And we're gonna talk about some product.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about some scheduling that you just told me about.
Descheduling. Yes.
Descheduling. And then we also
Of
gonna talk
marijuana.
about where you gonna be. 'Cause we got good things popping.
Yes. Yes.
All right now.
So we got a little bit of all that coming up and more. So stay with us. This is TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.
but she don't hear.
It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and it's time to talk about some healing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also time to talk about how we are getting closer to making CBD products like an everyday part of life.
Well, the DEA has proposed to deschedule marijuana, cannabis.
Okay. So for those that don't know,
Yeah.
explain how the scheduling piece and all that stuff goes.
Well, it's a long story, but a history of marijuana started back in 1920s, 1930s. Believe it or not, it was widely prescribed for 50,000 ailments.
Okay.
And every pharmacy kept it.
Okay.
Doctors would just, hand it out. You go to your local pharmacy and they'd give you marijuana.
Okay.
For every ailment known to man. It became in the late 1920s, early 1930s.
Okay.
They began to demonize it and began to criminalize it.
Okay.
It was first a tax. There was a marijuana tax.
Okay. Okay.
So first they tried to tax everybody for it. And then they tried to go after every physician that was prescribing it.
Yeah.
And then they decided to truly start criminalizing it.
Okay.
We're talking, through the era of Vietnam War, through, they needed people to go fight. They needed for people to, they needed to keep Black and brown down. They needed to do a lot. Our federal government needed to do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not going to talk about the racism involved in marijuana, but that's what they decided to do.
Okay.
So it was one of the best PRs on God's green earth.
Got you. Okay.
One of the best. So they decided to put it as a Scheduled I drug, which meant that it had no therapeutic value whatsoever.
Okay.
It was up there with heroin.
Okay.
Nothing good about it.
Yeah. Absolutely terrible.
No value whatsoever. And we understand about the criminalization of marijuana.
Lord, do we?
Yeah. And the whole enterprise that ensued with jailing Black and brown folks. I mean, whole system.
Big money.
Oh, huge money.
Mhm.
Absolutely huge money.
Mhm.
But as we all know, you can't keep a good drug down. And-
Right.
And the federal government put it on this list, like I
Mhm.
said, right up there with heroin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And lo and behold,
Mhm.
like I said, there's a movement.
Yeah.
People are like, no, you can't tell me
Mhm.
that it has no therapeutic value.
Right.
Because I'm seeing
I
all
was
of
about to
this
say
happen.
research has been done now.
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
But not in the United States. Not that much.
Mm,
University
okay.
of Mississippi, University of Alabama.
Okay.
hmm Trying to grow some weak ass mess.
Mhm.
But I digress.
Mhm.
With the swell and onset
Mhm.
of states' rights,
Mhm.
because right now 35, well, all 50 states have some form
Okay.
of marijuana on the books.
Okay.
They don't necessarily have marijuana programs,
Yeah.
but they have something on
They
the
got
books.
something. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And a lot of them have recreational as well as medicinal.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hence all the dispensaries.
Mhm. That was going to say that. So then that leads us to our dispensary.
Yeah, that
Okay.
leads you to your dispensaries.
Got you.
But with the swell of people
Mhm.
that are like, we have had enough of this shit.
Yeah.
You're going to
Mhm.
to do something about it.
Mhm.
The DEA, and we know it. You know their job
Yeah.
is to
Yeah.
is to bust everybody
Mhm.
they can. Are like, look, we can't. We got to do something.
Yeah.
We've got to do something.
Mhm.
The people are demanding it. There's research out there being done on it.
Mhm.
And they've investigated.
Okay.
The NIH did.
Okay.
And they were like, look, our agency, we're a federal agency. We're supposed to prove that it has no
Mhm.
medicinal purposes.
And we cannot do that.
but we can't do that. We
Mhm.
cannot say that.
Mhm.
And it was because of that. And it happened. They did their conclusion several years ago.
Mhm.
That was when the federal government was like, damn,
Mhm. Mhm.
even our own agency says, look, I'm not going to say that it has therapy, but I can't say that it doesn't.
Mhm.
These are things that people are reporting.
Mhm.
We're not doing the research, but we're saying, yeah,
Yeah.
we can't say that anymore.
So do you think the biggest issue is pretty much now, how do we get paid as the federal government?
Oh, absolutely. How do we get paid as a federal government? And
Mhm.
how do we address the injustice and the criminalization part of
That has already been done. Mhm.
that has already been done?
Mhm.
I think, as we all know, I think I've mentioned that a little over, I think it was 6,600 people that were charged with simple marijuana
Mhm.
possession
Mhm.
type of things were released,
Mhm.
have been released.
Mhm.
Biden did that. President
Mhm.
Biden did that.
Mhm.
And that kind of began
Mhm.
the thing because the federal government understood
Mhm.
that, look, we
Right.
can't. We
There's
can't do
vending
this.
machines in Colorado. Meanwhile, you
Absolutely.
got my man Trey locked
State-
up.
Yeah. And states are, states are like banking.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're banking.
Mm-hmm.
And they're setting up marijuana programs because that was the thing,
Mhm.
was that you have to have some sort of rehab.
Like the old school DARE program. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The cops coming to the school with the
Yes.
DARE program. That was
Absolutely. So, the states have set up their own kind of regulatory bodies.
terrible. Mhm.
And they've pursued this.
Okay.
So the federal government, of course, is behind. But
Mhm.
what they've decided to do is the DEA is like, look, we are proposing to deschedule it,
Mm-hmm.
make it a class 3,
Okay.
which means it's going right up there, like with Tylenol, yeah,
Okay.
Tylenol with codeine. So that's what it's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll open up. Well, dispensaries are already doing it,
Yeah.
but it opens up conversations. It opens up research
Mm-hmm.
in the U.S.
Okay.
But it also opens up. Number one, it's going to take years
Mm-hmm.
for it to happen
Mm-hmm.
because it has to go through the court system. It has to go. They have to have public hearings.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do a lot of work on it.
Okay.
But at least it's moving in the right direction.
Mhm.
Now it's the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't, it's a slow rolling cog.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but at least now they are acknowledging
Mhm.
that, yeah, it has therapeutic value. We can't not,
Mm-hmm.
we can't say this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't figured out how we're going to get paid,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, how we are going to address the injustice and the criminalization of Black and brown people.
So with you've been heavily involved in politics.
Yeah.
With us on the local scales, because we know that's where a lot of the work is done on local
It
scales.
is, yeah.
And
Our politics are local.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then how do we as just the average person who may be like understanding like, nah, there are some benefits to this. Where do we start with voicing our opinions or doing some of the work that you've already done? Like, how do we get involved for the average person who doesn't know as much as you as far as the studies you've done, but knows like, look, this stuff has worked for me. So how would that person get their voice out, and what would you suggest?
Oh, as we said, all politics are local.
Mhm.
But you have to voice your concerns and your rights to your state representatives and your state senators, your congressmen and your senators, because that's how things are being done. That's how veterans are leading their fight. It's been years, but to get marijuana on the VA formularies.
Okay.
So they can they can get it free from the federal government in pharmacies, just like they would any other medication that they normally get.
Right.
That's why that's how they're doing it.
Okay.
It's like they are contacting their local politicians, their state representatives, and their state senators.
Got you.
And they're also going to Washington, and they're doing the work. So yeah, contact, and it can be just as simple as, yes, you support you support the descheduling of, because this is first act.
Okay.
I don't know how well they're going to decriminalize it.
Right.
But these are the first steps.
Okay.
So then you also got a public forum. They have to have public forums on it.
That means paying attention to the to whomever you're voting for, if they actually care to push this, or if they're completely gatekeeping against it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That means you have to do a little bit of work. You have to.
Uh-oh.
You have to know something
All right.
about them.
All right. So then now that means we got to get out here and do some work with this election coming up, because that's important.
Absolutely.
That's very important.
Absolutely. You have to do something about it.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people like, well, I don't vote. I ain't got I don't have no dog in this fight. But that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Because every person, when you don't vote, you're voting for somebody else.
I said that before. I'm like, if you're not voting, that actually helps the other person.
Oh, absolutely.
Because then while you're not voting, their team is voting.
Absolutely.
So you literally are assisting in the polls without even going to the polls.
Absolutely. And I don't know anything about them, or I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It does. It does.
I had a friend tell me about people who paying attention, because I'm not I swear politics make me sweat. But I had a friend tell me, like, look, man, we get upset about some of the racial things that we see, but a lot of these governors, et cetera, up down the line are running unopposed. And so when we don't vote, and we're looking for people who need to be in these seats and positions, we have people who clearly are not in our favor who run unopposed.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is wild.
And they stay
to me.
there.
Yeah. So when I started looking that up, he was like, yeah, now you see what I mean about voting, because I vote, but I'm not the most scholared person when I sit down to vote. You get what I'm saying?
But it's simple. No matter how you feel about things, every stance, they have a simple cheat sheet. Every, and that's just you picking up your phone and looking up, and just looking up North Carolina election, candidates. It's just that simple. And you can go through there, and it's quick, very quick. They're like bullet points. They're bullet
So you can
points.
just really just go straight.
You
down
really
the list.
can.
Yeah.
You really can. They make it that simple.
Okay.
That's really all you have to do.
Yeah.
Irregardless
Mhm.
of what you of your affiliation or no affiliation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to have an affiliation
Right. Right.
to vote.
Right. Right.
You don't.
Right.
Yeah. They have bullet points, honey. One
Mhm.
line. I mean, truly one-liners on
Yeah.
candidates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Because that's the attention span that we have.
I know that's right. People get on here, just tell me who to vote for. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, that's why,
Yeah.
that's why some of the young, if people truly know, some of the younger, representatives, they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram,
Mhm.
and they, what else, like a minute.
Yeah. 60 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
And I mean, that's what they do
Mm-hmm.
because, well, like I said, some of the youngest ones,
Mm-hmm.
let's be honest,
Mm-hmm.
the other ones don't. They don't even know what TikTok or
Right.
Instagram or,
Right.
they're really just getting speed on Facebook.
Right. Right.
So that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
Mhm.
and you can find out anything
Yeah.
and find out the people, like I said, especially in the self-healing, self-care space
Okay.
of marijuana. We talk about this CBD, THC,
Mhm.
CBN, all of that. Those are healing
Mhm.
properties.
Mhm.
We talk about the terpenes. All that's healing.
Mhm.
All of it,
Mhm.
it's nothing bad for you.
Mm-hmm. So then when we're talking about this and it being scheduled similar to like a Tylenol or something like that, how would that affect, like, are they taking in like the adolescent angle, like kids and things like
Yeah.
that? Does that go into the scheduling piece, or do they not really think about
No, it's
that?
not going. It's not going. Well, it will go into that, which
Okay.
is why things take so long.
Okay.
Because inevitably, and no one's arguing this point,
Mhm.
but inevitably they're going to go, oh, well, you can't they can't take it under the age of 18. Well, yeah,
Right.
nobody wants them to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, but because politics start playing in.
Right. Right. Right.
Politics start playing in. Large companies start playing
Yeah.
in, and lobbyists
Mm-hmm.
for different interests
Mhm.
start playing
Mm-hmm.
into all these factors.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, because when people might think of it like, okay, now it's something that's on the shelf and children. What about the kids? And it's like,
Yeah.
is that even something that comes into play at this stage
No.
currently?
Well, I mean, yes. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
right. We are in the infancy
Mm-hmm.
for the federal government
Mm-hmm.
to get involved.
Okay.
And so, like I said, that's going to take years because
Mhm.
they are inevitably, big companies are, going to start getting on board.
Mhm.
Big pharmaceutical companies are going to start getting on board.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they are already
Mm-hmm.
because they make synthetic
Uh-huh.
CBD
Yeah.
and they make synthetic THC.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's a big question in and of itself
Yeah.
because a high 90% of people
Mhm.
don't want synthetic
Yeah.
marijuana
Right.
because of the side effects.
Yeah. I'm about to say I have a friend that
Nobody wants that.
he's able from the military. He has his card and everything, but he's
Yeah,
like,
marijuana
don't
card.
give me anything that is synthetic because
No.
we don't know what this is.
No, you
know what I mean?
don't.
You don't have no clue, which is another thing which I wanted to talk about too, because it's important to me only because I see it every day. And I know we've talked about it over and over again,
Uh-huh.
but also these pens that
vape
these kids have,
Yeah.
because they're addicted. And it is not this.
No.
And you have parents. I literally heard a
No.
parent compare the two, and I'm like,
No.
Lord, I need you to tune into the show
no.
because it's not the same thing.
Absolutely not.
And so the therapeutic side of these things that you have, these
Mm-hmm.
products that you have versus going into a vape smoke store, we've talked about it, but I don't think we can talk about it enough.
it
Just
breaks my heart.
explain like just the difference, because they just see the letters CBD. There's not very much education behind it. They just see CBD or vape, or some don't know the difference between what's in the cartridge and what is THC added and all that. They don't know.
No, because there's no regular federal regulation for that.
Mhm.
So you're right. They don't know what they're smoking.
Right.
But if they're addicted to it,
Mhm.
it probably has a high THC content.
I'm telling you,
And not only that, but they add so many additives.
yeah.
in those vape pens.
Mhm.
Those kids don't know what they're smoking.
Right.
They
Right.
really don't know what they're smoking.
Mhm.
And that's what's so scary.
Mhm.
People who are truly like healthcare professionals that are in this business,
Mhm.
educators that are in this business,
Mhm.
we don't like it either.
Right.
We don't advocate for that either.
Right.
No. Oh my God, no.
Right. Right.
I mean,
So then because understanding the scheme of this
Mhm.
other artificial product and how basically it's implanted in certain neighborhoods, because you don't see it in every neighborhood either.
no, you
That's
do
the other
not. You
part.
see, yeah, no. You see it in let's be honest, in black and brown neighborhoods.
Correct.
Mhm.
So
Much like alcohol.
how is this, like when we talk about something that is regulated and getting such a hard time with getting through, how do those other products get to the shelf?
Because there is no regulation for those.
Okay. So then anybody can create it and just put it on the shelf.
Right. If you find a place to sell it, or if you open up your own store,
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's self-regulated.
Yeah.
That's why when we talk about my products, I always say, oh my God, please, the QR code is on there. It's independent lab studies.
Mhm.
You know exactly
Mhm.
what's in the product
Mhm.
for that very reason. So we have to basically self-regulate.
Mhm.
Now, a lot of states have like marijuana programs that they're implementing, and they too are trying to regulate
Mhm.
as much as they can.
Right.
But it's a hard thing to regulate
Mhm.
because there are no federal regulations.
Mm.
So you're like making some stuff
So
up.
people are just making some stuff up, put it in a
heck yeah.
pretty box, and let's
Oh
go.
God, yeah.
And make it smell good. Because that's the thing. They just
Absolutely.
make it smell good, and these kids go for it because it smells
Yes.
good and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah. I can put as much flavoring, additives, because I have to look at stability,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
now we're talking shelf life.
Right.
I need to do that. I need to put some carcinogens in there,
Mhm.
because we're talking, because I want to accomplish certain things.
Right.
Because I want to get you hooked.
Right. Right.
Much like there's really no difference.
Mhm.
There's no difference between that person and your local crack dealer.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And they have a whole store where you just go in and get
yeah.
right. Like, and they're
Yeah.
picking these little cartridges up, and then they leave out.
Mhm.
And now these kids are just zombies. Like
Yeah.
literally, they're
There's
zombies.
because it is. It's like like a crack dealer.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't care how old you are.
hmm
I just need you hooked.
Yeah. Right.
I just need you hooked.
And that's terrible
It's
because
absolutely
it fogs
terrible.
the lens for those who are looking for a product similar to yours, where it is therapeutic. I'm not trying to get high.
No,
I'm just trying not to be in pain.
Right.
Right.
And adding something to your journey to help you process
Mhm.
what kind of pain you're going through.
Right.
Whether it's mental, whether it's physical.
Right.
And you need help with that.
Mhm.
A lot of people need help with that,
Mhm.
managing that type of pain.
Right.
And so the products that I have,
Mhm.
you're not going to do that. It just gets you kind of level. I mean,
Right.
it just gets you just a levelness,
Mm-hmm.
so that you process things. You can manage.
Right.
You can manage whatever's coming your way.
Right.
No, I'm not. I've always said, if you're trying to get high,
Mhm.
I'm not your person.
I know that's right.
I'm not your person.
And so, like, what I did for those that are watching is I found a clip, and the clip for some may be triggering, but the reason why I found this clip was because to me, this would be a person that we are trying to speak to when we say we don't want you in pain, we want you to heal, we want you to hear. And so, instead of taking something that may put you into a completely almost like a comatose state, or
Yes,
even
where
something
you can't mentally
Right.
process or manage
right,
what's coming at you.
right,
And you can't even begin
yeah,
to heal
hmm
because you don't have the tools for
Right.
it. And so you have to have a place, a landing point
hmm
that you feel safe enough to do that with.
hmm
And I think that that's really important,
hmm
is that you have the ability and a mindset
hmm
so that you can begin
Yeah.
the journey,
Okay.
because you got to take care of yourself first.
Cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the clip real quick,
Okay.
and then we're just gonna talk about what we saw in the clip and how
Yes.
the products that you have can help
Mhm.
with just the clarity of the moment. So I'm gonna cut the music
good.
so you guys can hear it. Hold on one second.
But she don't hear.
Okay, give me an example.
Please. Like
Hold on. I gotta start that from the beginning so people can hear what she's
My mama listens, but
Okay, give me an example.
please, like, I told her like, hey mom, I got violated and stuff like that in
so
January.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
And she lit a cigarette and was like, okay. And then she didn't say nothing, and I got up and I walked off.
What was going through your mind in that moment?
I was molested when I was younger. This is a triggering conversation for me. One thing I will not do is sit here and be ridiculed by my own child who knows I will go to the ends of the earth for you. You know it.
Mama,
no,
I didn't
listen.
say no,
you said
'cause I
you didn't say your piece. Now listen to me. And the reasons why I didn't say nothing, because you know this already. If you felt like you needed more help, I'm not the one to help you with it, because I ain't done with my own healing. And you know this. This is not something I hear from you. So if you needed that healing, what you should have did was got yourself some doggone professional help, or reached out to me and said, I need professional help. So how the hell am I supposed to help you if I can't help myself?
So in that, for some, it may be triggering. And for me, the one thing I want to always do when speaking about your product or when speaking to others about your product is give real life scenario. Like, it's not always, people have a misconception when they think about anything that has anything to do with marijuana, hemp, that it's supposed to be like party, this, whatever. But sometimes we just need it to be able to hear, be able to have some clarity, like a calm moment of let me just step back and just open up for a minute. Yes. And so in this scenario that you've seen between mom and daughter, let's just say that they were like friends or somebody comfortable you can talk to. How would you suggest, or what would you suggest as far as your products go to help with healing in this moment that you saw?
Well, Lord bless her heart. I know she said she hadn't healed yet. She hadn't even begun to heal.
Yeah, she didn't even start the process.
She hadn't even started the process. And the first part of that is recognizing that you need help. And you have to get some help.
Right.
With her, I truly would recommend starting at the beginning, starting with, because she kind of needs some instant things. Honestly, the drops would probably come first. Because she can put that in water, she can put that in anything, and really just get her mind right, because she has to have some balance in order to deal with her own. Because obviously she hadn't dealt with her own trauma.
Correct.
But you need to be able to recognize it. Yes,
that was going to be my next question: is identifying the triggers to know that you need this. Like, what would be your suggestion? Because as you can see, she flat out came out and said, "This is hard for me." But then it's also not realizing that I might need help myself. Like, I'm just trying to pad it with, I'm okay. Yeah. And so then, like in this situation with the drops, would you would you suggest any of the CBD products themselves, like the gummies? I'm sorry.
She would. Bless her heart. At the beginning, because I understand trauma at the very beginning, because she's traumatized, and I understand what that looks like.
Right.
Because that's where I started. Not with that, but I started with my own personal tragedy.
Right.
And for me, like I said, Kenneth gave me gummies to begin with. And to honestly, like I said, to set the mindset, because if you don't set that mindset, then you're not able to receive anything, and you're not able to understand that you don't have the tools to deal with this.
Right.
You don't have the skill set.
Right.
To deal with the things that has happened to you.
Correct.
And B, to understand that and get help.
Right.
Because it's not going to be just the CBD products,
right.
and THC, but it's a place to begin.
Right.
It's a soft landing place, so that it's a safe landing place, so that you can start there.
Right.
Because you got to start doing some self-care and some self-help.
Right.
And if I were to recommend or advise her or suggest something, I would suggest that she start with the gummies and drops. And gets a therapeutic dose on board first, and then it'll help her have say, okay, look, I've got to deal with my things,
right?
And I can seek help.
Yes, yeah,
I can seek further help. That's what I would suggest. So because that's a work in progress.
Right.
But you have to begin with yourself, and you have
Right.
to begin with love for yourself.
Right.
And for her, she has to understand that it's not her fault.
Right. Right. And so that's
It's
what
not her fault.
I wanted to bring out with the clip, because the
Yeah.
pain that we see and feel like with our limbs
Oh my God, yeah.
is easy to resolve.
Absolutely.
But that pain that we have to continue to mask, because we
Emotion.
got to do things like work. We got to
Yeah.
do things. We have to be functional in this society.
Absolutely.
So it forces us to mask it in a way where we're not treating it. We're just compounding
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah, you're suppressing it.
Mhm.
You're not dealing with it.
Right.
You know, and you become angry because
Right.
she's angry.
She was angry. Yes.
She is angry.
Right. Right.
And she's enraged.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you could see it, her whole body habit has changed,
Mhm.
her, the tone,
Yep.
of her voice.
Correct.
She was angry
Yes. Yes.
because she felt attacked.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
really did.
Yes.
She felt attacked.
And in that moment, that's the reason why I played it, is because
Mhm.
she slightly ignored the fact that her daughter was expressing herself and immediately made it about her. And it was just attack, a punch, 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 punch. And those are things that we feel like, for example, my mother passing last or April 30th, she passed on my birthday. Then after that, her birthday is May 5th. Then after that, you have Mother's Day. So for me, I have been through the gambit of
Yes.
products
Yes.
because I just need to be cool. I don't want to be high. I don't want to be out of it. I don't want to be out of any sorts, but I do have the ability to feel the triggers and recognize the triggers.
That's right.
And that was one of those ones or a video that I noticed that I don't think she even recognized the triggers, because once she was lit,
Yeah.
she went in.
Well, because all she saw was red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, she went from 0 to 180.
Mhm.
That's all she saw.
Mhm.
And it was all she heard was, in her mind, all she thought was molestation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But her daughter's right. She didn't hear anything else.
Yeah. She didn't hear not another word.
But she didn't have the ability to hear anything else
There it is. Yeah.
because her mindset
Mhm.
was not such that she could receive anything.
Correct.
I mean, she just wasn't. She
Mhm.
hasn't processed her own grief.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't processed her own pain.
Mm-hmm.
And with CBD, I mean, let's talk about it. That's why our federal government is they're at least recognizing
Mm-hmm.
that people are in pain.
Yes.
And they're looking for ways
Mm-hmm.
to help them through it.
Right. And I was going to ask that. So like when a person has, excuse me, a person has a joint or they have your product in both hands,
Mhm.
what would you suggest to say, well, maybe you might not need this joint. You need to pick up my product.
Well, okay. So if they have a joint pain,
Mhm.
I always say start with the local. So
Mhm.
start with the salve.
Oh no, I meant like an actual, like a
Oh.
blunt. Like,
Oh, a
so
blunt.
if they have like a blunt that somebody rolled for them,
'Cause
but then they
you
also
say blunt, I understand what you're saying. Joint.
but then they also have your product in hand, where it's
Uh-huh.
like, okay, well, which one? Because like you may have a friend that says take this, but then you may have another friend that says no, smoke this. And like you said, this over here.
What
has,
are you smoking?
Yeah, what
I
am
have to ask, what you smoking?
Yeah, I might have just a regular blunt with.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what it
what's
is.
up. Yeah, we don't
You don't know
what's
what
up.
it is. Well, you know that if you're incredibly high, you know it has a high THC level.
Mhm.
But is that what you want?
Right.
Are you just? I mean, if you're just trying, don't get me wrong. If you're trying to get high,
Mm-hmm.
be educated enough to at least know what's in your joint. If you're trying to mellow out at the end of your day,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't suggest that. I
Mhm.
mean, I would suggest. I'm sorry. If that's your route of administration, let me correct myself. If
Yeah.
that's your route of administration,
Mm-hmm.
it is faster. It's the fastest onset,
Mhm.
which means the fastest uptake.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna feel whatever it is you're gonna feel,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's high or whether it's chilled or
Mhm.
whether it's just balanced.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna feel whatever that is
Right.
quickly.
Right.
It's not gonna last long, though,
Okay.
because of what you're doing.
Right.
But yeah, so if you're just trying to just chill, I honestly would suggest either, like, if you're talking about the end of work,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly would start doing a little bit of well, Delta 8, you can do that because it'll chill you out at the end of your day. Yeah, take it. You know, take it. Yes, on an empty stomach, it's going to be about an hour and a half because you got to go through digestion. We've already talked about that. But yeah, I mean, do that, or you can do the drops.
Yeah,
you can do the drops.
Yeah,
to to
mellow you
chill.
out.
Yeah, to mellow out your day.
Yeah,
but that's honestly what I would do.
Yeah,
if you're not looking to get high.
Yeah,
because I always have to emphasize if you want to get high, you're looking at THC.
Right.
You're not looking.
You said you got the wrong letters.
You got the wrong letters.
You got the wrong letters.
And you want and if truly you're trying to alter your psychosis, then that's what you're going to do. But be smart enough to understand that's what you want to do.
Right.
That's your effect you want.
Be aware.
Be aware.
Be aware.
Know your shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
Know what you want to do.
Right.
Know what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to get high, then find a THC product. The thing is, there's no federal regulation. You don't know what
you don't know what's laced with that.
Unless they've done their research and they've put little QR codes on there so you can look,
so you can see,
so you can see independent testing,
right?
Because it's important.
Yeah.
Because you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You got to educate yourself. If that's what you want to do, then okay, fine.
Cool.
You want to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're just trying to manage the stress and anxiety and deal with the pain whatever pain that is, whether it's psychological or it's physical, then you need CBD.
And see, that's what I was bringing the clip up for, because to me, she seemed like a perfect candidate of let's just get you calm so that we can talk, because your daughter did say something that you need to hear. But if you're so enraged and you can't get out of that space, then let's just get you calm enough so that we can heal.
Because you have to begin somewhere.
Yeah.
And this is a really great place to begin.
Yeah.
Because she does need therapy. She needs a lot of work. She really does.
Yeah.
But this helps you manage that. You just chilled, you just balanced through it.
Yeah.
That's all. It doesn't take it away.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it was great advice.
Yes.
So let's get up on it. Let's flip up to before we get ready to get out of here. Let's flip up on some good news of where you're going to be, because you got some things lined up.
I do. Well, oh no. It's like Girls Market.
That's this Sunday?
No, it's the 19th.
May
19th.
Okay.
Yes, Girls Market. It's on West Martin Street in downtown Raleigh.
Yep.
I'm gonna be there. Yes, please come by, drop and see me. We can chit chat. We can talk about the products. We can kind of hang out and do
Might
some
even
things.
let you try some.
Oh God, yes. I got samples.
You got samples.
I
so
do.
We are
I have
let
samples. Absolutely.
Yes.
So come by, see us.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
It'll be a great time.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. Anywhere else?
Oh yes. Well, let's see. Well, we've got the market.
Yep.
In August, the Mind Body.
Mind Body Soul.
Spirit. Yes, we've got that. Mind Body Spirit. We've got that coming up.
Yes.
We've got that coming up. We've got a couple of other things that are tentative.
That are brewing.
Through the summer.
That are brewing.
Yeah, through the summer.
Right.
But the May 19th is a great opportunity because it's after Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Because and moms always need help, y'all.
Always
need help.
Always. Yeah.
Show a little love to your mom. Come by, come see me.
Yeah.
Drop by. Get her some little something.
And keep those drops. And when I tell y'all, like I still got some, and I keep them in my book bag because I deal with other people's children.
Yes.
And so inside my book bag, boom, every single day, I get my drops in, and I promise you, they do work. And like you said, it's not a high thing.
No.
It's nothing that if my job was said, hey, pee in this cup, I would pass my drug test because it's not THC, but it does keep me calm, keeps me cool, keeps me mellow. Even when frustrated, it's not that burning feeling that you get from being frustrated where you're like, ugh. It's just like, okay, cool, let's deal with it.
Yes, because I'm gonna tell you now. But I always have to say this. I always say this to people. It also it's we talk about full spectrum, broad spectrum, but our products still keep a lot of the terpenes in there that are good for you, that help balance out CBD and THC. And I always tell people, look, I have gone through a lot of state regulatory issues to start to sell the product, my product line. And the state always says that you have to have less than, you have to be less than 0.03 of THC in the product, because it comes from the hemp plant,
right?
Not from the cannabis plant. So I always have to let people know that, because people still have a very difficult time with CBD, THC, and the plants.
Yes.
Hemp plant, cannabis plant.
Yeah.
They really do have a hard time.
So there we go. There we have it.
Yes.
So make sure you check us out on thehealingconsultant.com, because you can
yes.
always get what you need. You ain't got to, you can get what you need. It's all on the website.
Absolutely.
The website looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank
so
you.
The website is set and it's beautiful. Everything's ready to go. And if you're
Yes.
not following, please follow
Oh,
at
please.
thehealingconsultant.com on Facebook and Instagram.
Absolutely.
All right.
The Healing CBD.
Love it. So
Yes.
check this out. 19th, check out Ms. V, and she'll be here
Girls Market.
the week after next. All right?
Yes.
So then she'll be here the week after next again.
Yes.
And we're going to do this all over again. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please reach out to her, reach out to us, and we'll get those answered. And any product that you need, please don't hesitate to hit us up. We'll make sure we get you right.
Yes. And please support descheduling.
Please support the schedule. Please
Please.
support it.
Yes.
Please. Matter of fact, we'll come the next time you speak about
Yeah.
it. We'll have more information on how people can actually get this done.
Yes, please. Because the fight has begun.
Which is
and you
good.
need your CBD.
You do.
Everybody
You
does.
do. Now I'm so glad I'm educated, because I promise you,
Everybody
I don't know
does.
what I would do without them drops.
Jesus.
So once again, thank y'all for coming out. God bless. And tomorrow I'll see you again. I'll be here. SoFab Kim will be gone tomorrow, guys. So I'll see y'all again. It'll just be me. But thank y'all for rocking out with us, and hopefully I did a good job. I know my sister was watching. I know she was. TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.